Good evening, everybody. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie. Thank you for being on our Monday night team call, which is open to absolutely everybody. So we're excited to have Peter on the call for the first time. So welcome, Peter. Oh, this is my best side. Thank you for letting me have my best side on things. So I've got Ross here as well. So he's going to be helping with.
Hello.
And but we're going to kick off like we always do with some good news. We like to hear all the news that's happening in the group, but we've got lots coming through as well for next week. So Rosemary, would you like to start with the good news for the week?
Yes, good evening everyone. Rosemary Gerard from Brisbane. I have been on Herbalife for some 26 years and have, lost 8 kilograms initially in that time and went down from that to a size 10. Never did that in my life before. So Herbalife has helped me to stay healthy and fit at age 72. And look, this week, one of my members took her to the Brisbane Lifestyle Centre and just so that she might pick up on, some information, and believe me not, she did. And she, started on a couple of more products than what she had already been on and did a very large order, well over the 500 volume, which is exciting, and I will follow her up as well to make sure that she gets the results that she's looking for because she's purchased those products. So that's my good news.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. So it's great just being able to plug them into something. So if you have somewhere near you that has an event or a Herbalife opportunity meeting or somewhere you can plug them into, definitely do that. But if you've got a recording or you have to create something yourself, it's worth doing that to show people the bigger picture. So that's fantastic. And next week we're going to hear from Lindy and Peter on their retail efforts as well. So that's really exciting. Amanda and James, you had some good news to share?
Yeah, we qualified for the Mark Paulson leadership training.
Fantastic. So that was that's coming up this Saturday. We've got President team member Mark Paulson coming to a training and helping us with our Let's Go event in Gympie. So there was a special leadership training which was open to fully qualified supervisors or anyone that's done 1,000 volume points or more in September. So congratulations, guys, for stretching. I know you've only just got back from holidays, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yesterday we got back, yeah.
Cool. So well done on stretching and qualifying for that. You definitely won't be disappointed. So make sure you take lots of notes, and you're going to have some really quality time with Mark as well, so you can pick his brains and ask those questions that you want to ask.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Cool. So just remember, if you want to come to Gympie on Saturday, we've got Mark Paulson coming. So he's our special guest. So that's welcome to everyone. So anyone that's in the Brizzy or Sunshine Coast area that wants to travel to Gympie, you're more than welcome to do that.
Absolutely.
So Ross had a cold last week, which he gave to me. So I had a cold for 3 days. So I pumped myself full of Herbalife, like lots and lots of aloe. And Milton, who's one of my old VIP members, he's from WA, so he's actually house sitting in Gympie at the moment. So he called me and said, I really just want to come and grab a shake. I said, well, can you come to our place? Because I said, I'm a little bit sick, but I promise I won't cough all over you or sneeze on you. And I just said to us, can you get the whole program, all the program and all the shakes out on the kitchen table, please? I said, I want to show Milton everything. I want to show him that he probably needs more than just a shake. So came over, made him a Herbie beverage and sat down, had a chat, talked about life first, and then we went through the program. And so he left with like around an advanced program.
Just short.
Yeah, just under an advanced program, which I was just speaking to him on the phone when I hadn't unmuted myself. And yeah, and he's done really well. So he's been up early and he was doing some fasting thing, which I don't think was really good for him. And he's coming to Fit Club on Wednesday. So that's really cool. So I can't wait to help with him get good results. So that was great that he could come to our place as well. So I didn't have to travel while I was sick, but cool. Bounce back. Was there any other good news? Can't think of anything.
That's the main thing.
Cool. So this is interactive tonight, and I need you to help because my voice needs a little bit of pacing tonight. So let's go on with, got the Sherry. Share your news. We did that. Yay. Thank you for sharing, everyone. Much appreciated. So what to say when someone calls. I don't know about anyone else, but I used to like kind of be slightly terrified when the phone rang. And funny enough, that's how I started in the company. Merv signed me up, second line. So my boyfriend Peter signed up, and then I signed up under him. And he got us on the phone straight away. We'd come into the office, there'd be a script and a phone on the desk, that was it. And we'd basically, we'd do 1-for-1. So the phone would ring, I would answer, and I go, you answer. You go, no, you answer it. And so then we'd go through this script and sound like a complete robot, and book people in. So into an HOM, Herbalife Opportunity Meeting. And that's basically how I started off doing Herbalife. So it was.
So why did you sound like a robot?
I think because when you're reading a script start,
Okay.
You kind of.
It just wasn't because you were repeating yourself, but the customer didn't know that.
No, they didn't know.
They didn't know that.
It just, didn't sound natural to start
All
with.
right.
And the other thing is how to package your product and income story. Because even if you don't feel like you're earning a lot now, that's not going to be the case. It's going to keep growing, and you want to have that confidence on how to share your income story. So, for example, if you've got a customer yesterday, so I don't know what profit we made from the order with Milton, but basically I'd go on Sunday around the kids and the school holidays, I made $100 and something or $200 profit just from helping someone on a program. So, like that's really powerful. Some go, wow, I wouldn't mind doing that part-time on a weekend around my job and kids and everything like that. Tell me how to do that. Sometimes it's not the I know I'm really pitching Mark Colson with a multi-millionaire thing, because I want to attract ambitious people, but there's a real power in an extra $50 a day, an extra couple of $100 a week, $500 or $1,000 a month. All of those things are really, really powerful. So never underestimate the power of the part-time income. That's what Jim Rohn always said. So let's go. So we're going to talk about 90% opinion and 10% facts. So remember, we deal with the facts. Does everyone have an opinion when you're out there talking to people about weight loss, nutrition, network marketing, Herbalife? How many have you been out there and someone's had an opinion? Happens a lot, right? So you've really got to think about, I deal with the facts. It's really, really important. So, and what's the most important thing is when you're out there talking to people, that it doesn't matter if they don't buy your story and what you're trying to show them. The most important thing is you don't buy theirs. You don't buy their negativity or excuses or anything like that. If it's not for them, it's totally okay. And Mark Hughes always said you want to make them feel good about themselves when they leave, good about the company, and good about you, so that if there is a time they come back, that they will always come back. So the other thing is, if it's not necessary to say, then it's necessary not to say. I think that's Trishy and Rini.
Cool.
I just called. So thank you for being on the call, everyone. Yes, so if it's necessary not to say, then it's necessary not to say. I'm sure a lot of people have heard this before, but what does it mean? So it just means sometimes you don't need to add extra things on if it's not necessary. So for example, I got on the program and I lost 20 kilos over 5 years. And but then I put on 5, and then I took off another 10. Then I put on 15, then I took off another 5.
Geez, that was quick.
But you know what I mean? Like sometimes you don't need to do that. You just need a very short, use all the facts, but in the most effective way. So you don't sometimes have to add in all the little extras. Just do a nice, powerful story using the truth, so that it's packaged well and it just flows really nicely as well. So packaging your story. You want to use the facts in the most powerful way possible. And we're going to do some examples tonight as well. We heard Rosemary package her story beautifully tonight, but there's going to be different situations that come up as well. So obviously the products is probably the easiest one to start with. And you want to have a really quick 30-second result that you can use when you're standing in line, let's say at the supermarket or something like that. The 3 to 5 minutes when you've got that little bit of extra time, you might be in the lift or something like that, where you've got that little bit extra time. And then you've got that 30 minutes plus when you might be at a barbecue or something where you've got that extended time to share more of your story. And that doesn't mean you're probably talking for 30 minutes straight. It's probably a conversation back and forth. But you want to have different lengths of stories that you can tell. And you might feel like you can't do that to begin with when you're first starting out, but it'll evolve as you go along, because you'll be listening to people and what they're dissatisfied with. They might, it might be their skin, or it might be their digestive health, or it might be stress or sleeping or energy, as well as weight loss, or you're trying to get healthy. So you can incorporate all those things into your story that expands it out to that long. So if you think about that. So, and you could basically have a goal of having a product result on every single product that Herbalife has. That would be a great goal to have. So as you add in products, go, great, I'm going to get a result on that. And even the guys, you know, with the skin, you could still have a product result. Hey, I started shaving with the aloe cleanser, and now I don't go through as many razors, and I get a cleaner shave, and, you know, my skin looks like a baby's bottom or whatever it might be that, you know, that you could use for your personal results. So the aloe gel, you know, wow, I used to get sunburn a lot out in the garden and started using the aloe gel, and now, you know, I don't get that sunburn or insect bites or anything like that don't annoy me anymore because I've been using the aloe gel. So you can have a very simple story about every single product if you wanted to. So did anyone want to add anything to that? Nope, that's cool. I like that you're all muted, but you know, you're all going to be talking soon. So let's package some results now. So Rosemary, let's just use you, and then we'll grab Irene up as well, just to get sort of the ball rolling. So let's package your product story. So how long have you been using the products for?
26 years.
26 years. And initially, I know you went on it because your husband, you wanted to help your hubby. So, but you basically lost how many? 10 kilos?
8.
8 kilos. What program were you on?
I was on a quick start then because
that was the only one available. That's right. I get it. So, did you notice any extra energy?
Yes, that was probably one of the first things that we noticed, the both of us.
Cool. And you dropped a dress size or something like that?
Yes, yep. Went down to a size 10.
Cool.
Which is incredible.
So Rosemary from Brisbane. Initially, I got started on a quick start program. I was able to lose 8 kilos in one dress size, got down to a size 10, which I'd never been able to do before, has so much more energy. And now I've been using the products for 26 years, and I'm 72 years of age, and I feel fantastic. Nice, short, sharp, using all the facts. And yes, you could embellish on that with the skin and the sports and stuff. So that would be your 30-minute story. You could add in those extra things.
Yep.
How does that sound?
Yep, sounds good.
Cool. So let's think about an income story for you then. So do you have, did you work out maybe what your retail was for last month or?
Oh, look, I just, as you know, I do it very part-time around my family and whatever, but we are retired. So I've been retired from nursing some 14 years, and roughly it's about $1,000 a month. Yeah, part-time. And I, you know, I'm spasmodic when it comes to flyers, but I'm always, to be honest with you, I'm out and about. Mentally, I am always looking. I might hand out a flyer if I go to the, you know, fill up the car. It doesn't matter where I go. I will possibly give a flyer out, chat to someone and say, look, I don't know if you're interested. You know, there's I work, you know, from home, or if it's the weight loss flyer, I will say, look, I'm running a weight loss challenge. You know, there may be someone in the family that might be interested. So I am constantly out there doing stuff, and, you know, I have a button of some sort on. Sometimes I swap buttons, so I do different buttons for different reasons for why I'm out where I am. So
my question to everyone else that's listening to Rosemary, who would like an extra $1,000 a month part-time? Right, so that's it. So if you could do it part-time, like Rosemary did, around the grandkids. I know you do heaps with the grandkids. I'm always seeing your posts. So this is how to, hi, my name's Rosemary from Brisbane. I've got a background in nursing. My husband and I are now retired, and we have heaps of grandkids, and I get to do, you know, spend so much time doing stuff with them. So I do the business really part-time around my other commitments, and I make an average of an extra $1,000 every single month part-time, and I just love what I do.
Exactly, that's true.
So, and that's a nice way to package it, and it's very powerful because a lot of people, an extra $1,000 a month could make a huge difference. You know, supplementing their income, lifestyle, mortgage, all those sort of things, and just alleviating a bit of pressure. So how cool is that?
And it was always my intention anyway, once I finished nursing, I always had that in mind, that I was never ever going to retire fully from anything. So yeah, and I never will.
So how many people in their 70s that we could think of that maybe still have some get up and go, they've got some purpose and they've got something to give, that we could go and talk to, that maybe we've prejudged or thought they weren't interested because they're retired. How many Rosemarys are out there that we can, that we could invite to come to? Lots and lots.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Rosemary. Does that help with packaging?
Yes, no, it's very good. Thank you. You're very good, both of you. You're all very good.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
So let's go to Irene. So Irene, you've just got to unmute yourself. Can you share your product story first?
You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, you do need, yeah, that's cool.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Okay, my 30-second story is I used the product without my husband knowing. I lost 2 breast sizes, 3 jean sizes, and it was my energy that gave me away.
Cool. And what program did you use?
Sorry?
What program were you on?
I used the Ultimate program. And the Ultimate program was available 29 years ago. It was just not in a package, but it came separately, the aloe, and then afterwards then the floral fiber, and then afterwards then the instant beverage. But that was the floral fiber, aloe, and the quick start that we now know as the Ultimate thing.
Excellent.
I didn't call it the Ultimate, I just wanted what she had.
Cool. So that's a really great story to share as well, especially if you are helping someone that maybe their partner doesn't know they're on the products yet. You can go, oh yeah, that was just like Irene.
That was
Irene's results as well. Yeah. Okay, so then what about an income testimonial? What would you?
Well, normally what I say now is that we found Herbalife at a critical time in our life. We had no income and were very frightened as we were migrants. And probably the most important thing for us was that our sponsor showed us how to earn a little income through retail. And I remember in the first 3 months, after 3 months, with retail and wholesale, we were equaling what my husband was earning as a corporate man. And then we continued to work, and we moved through to the marketing plan, and now we're at a stage where we have no debt, we own everything. In fact, just between us, I'm so excited. Chloe's getting a new car, and they said, do you want to have it with 1.9%? I said, no, we pay cash for it. Imagine going from losing your house, possibly, to being able to buy a car. And I am so grateful. Herbalife has changed my life.
And that's a really powerful story as well.
Yeah. And I, depending on the situation, for example, we just signed up a guy. I didn't have to tell him about the opportunity with Herbalife because he was the one who sold us the car. And so I just said, no, we will pay cash, and his mouth opened. You know? And so that is thanks to Herbalife. Thanks to Herbalife, you know.
That's a pretty cool story too. So that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Irene.
So we can change it a little, shorter maybe, but that's how I do it. I don't like to say, you know, $15,000 or $16,000 or $19,000 in a month, because people can't relate to that. But they can relate to not having a mortgage. They can relate to being able to buy a car. Yeah. And that's why I think that's important.
Absolutely. And of course, if you've got a couple of retail clients yesterday or last week, you could use a smaller retail income if you're talking to someone that just wanted that part-time income as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also wholesale. Don't forget your wholesale counts as well.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. I love wholesale.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and we're doing the marketing plan next week. So you're going to learn all about those areas of income and how to really take advantage of them too. Cool. So let's just go back up to the top. So James and Amanda. So did you want to unmute yourself? So I know we've talked a little bit about, I helped you package your result last week. Is that right, Amanda?
No, I think it might have been the week before.
Wait, well, sorry, yeah, you're on holiday. So do you remember what that was? So you basically got started on the program through a friend, and what's happened to you so far on the program?
4.2
I
kilos.
think so far, I think I've lost about 4.2 kilos.
Yep.
I have heaps more energy. Yeah, and I just feel better all over in general.
Cool. And did we add up your centimeters?
I think it was, what did we say? 20 centimeters?
27.
27?
Cool.
Something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
That's okay. So, because this is what we really need you to hone in on that. So when someone's asking you, oh, so you're using Herbalife, or I noticed you've got that in your bottle, or wow, you're looking good, what are you doing? You go, oh, I'm using Herbalife Nutrition. In fact, so far I've lost 4.6 kilos. Is that what you just said?
4.2.
4.2, sorry. 4.2
Yeah.
kilos, 27 centimeters off my tummy. More energy because I'm a cleaner, you know, I do that for my income, and I've got so much more energy now, and I, you know, I can come to Fit Club and run around the kit with the kids, and you know, they're the things that you want to be able to say, because people are going to go, wow, well, I want more energy, or hey, I want to lose some centimeters off my stomach, or I want to come part of that community as well. I'll come along with you. So you really want to just practice it with each other. Like, it kind of feels silly doing it sometimes, but just practicing it as well. If someone asks you, you know, oh, what, you look great, what are you doing? And then you know what to say.
Yeah.
Cool. So James, what's your result?
So far I've lost 5.6 kilos and 28 centimeters, 6 centimeters directly off my stomach. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better about myself. It's not so hard to do up my shoes. I was once, like Ross, struggling to get my shoes on and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I just feel like I've got a lot more energy. I'm not napping through the day because of the NRG tablets.
Oh.
Yeah, I just feel a lot better about
Cool.
everything.
So two powerful product results that you can share. And so we're going to start sharing our stories at Fit Club a bit more. So you can practice this week together, and then on Wednesday, because I'm sure you'll come on Wednesday,
Definitely. Well, they might not turn up now.
you can share what's happened to you on the products, because I just thought it's such a great way of sharing with the people that are there, that people are getting results and that. So I think it would be really great. So how do you feel about doing that on Wednesday night?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not going. So, anyway, so you'll have fun, and it's good practice in that nice, safe, fun environment for you to start. Because I know when I first got, I went along, like I was answering the phones, but then I got started on the pods, I got a result, and the very first time that I had to get up and share my story, it was like my legs went to jelly, and I went bright like red like a beetroot, and I think just a little squeak came out of my mouth. And then I just sat back down again. I felt really stupid and really embarrassed, and that. But guess what? The next time I did it, it got easier, and then it got easier. But yeah, I was just petrified to do anything like that. But it's nice when people wrap their arms around you and say, "Hey, let's do it together," or "Let me show you how to do that." And it just gets easier, and you get more confident. So you've both got two really powerful stories. If you get good at sharing those, and they just roll off your tongue, then you're going to attract more clients.
Yeah.
So cool. So well done. Thank you. Steve from Canberra. So your product result, I know you've got this package pretty well. I've heard it before.
My product result was I was overweight, of course. I lost 12 kilos in 14 weeks and went on to lose a total of 32 kilos overall. Gained lots of energy because I was working excessively long hours and always tired. And I slept badly, but no, it was just, I've just found so much more energy. I feel better in myself. It's great to go from a size 40 trouser down to a size 34 trouser. So, yeah.
Awesome. So what was your work that you were doing?
I had my own business, had a retail business.
Cool. So, you know, working long hours at a retail business, and I was just tired all the time, got on a program. You know, I was able to lose a total of 32 kilos, or the 14 kilos in 12 weeks, however you feel is powerful for that, or whoever you're speaking to. You kind of got two product stories, which is great. So you can, someone that wants to lose 10 kilos, you can tell that one they're probably going to relate, or 10 or 15, and then someone that needs to lose more that's going to relate. So that's really cool. the more energy, who doesn't want more energy, and your background as well, you know, working long hours in retail, you know, running my own business in retail, and sleep better, and I just feel fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool product result. So thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, we're clicking through. Lindy, you knew I was going to get to you eventually. So, like, I know you've been constantly working on your product story. Where did you go, Lindy?
Okay, so before starting on
So
Herbalife,
Lindy from Canberra.
Oh, sorry. We're going from the beginning. Okay. Hi, Lindy from Canberra. Before Herbalife, I was heavily overweight. My legs would rub together when I walked. I couldn't walk up 4 stairs without puffing, and poor digestion, couldn't sleep very well. And then I started on an ultimate program. So I lost 24 kilos in 20 weeks. And then I've since gone on to lose nearly 40. So I've gone down 4 dress sizes. I've got energy to keep up with my kids. And I feel the best that I ever have. And I can run around my kids tenfold. It's great. Best thing I ever did.
Cool. Nice. Great energy. Great way to share. So you just need to share your story like that when you're out talking to your potential clients. So the reason you're not getting away yet. So I know you're doing recruiting. I know you're doing recruiting advertising. So I want you to have some confidence in when you're talking to people about the recruiting is how do you, because sometimes people go, oh, I'm not making that much money, especially when you can hear Irene and Consta, and that's why Irene is saying I'm not saying the 16, 18, 19,000 a month, because sometimes people don't relate to it or they don't believe it or they find
that makes sense saying that. Actually, it's very good. Yeah.
So but I would still have that story, so you know they're obviously your upline, and you can use their story to help when you're talking to someone that will relate to that. So but you also need your part-time story. So give me an idea. Do you know what you've earned in retail in the last month or 2 months or 90 days? Have you worked that out?
No.
Cool. So this is what you want to be able to do. So I was always taught you
What
can.
about the last retail profit?
Yeah. So when was your last client and how much?
You don't have to tell us when it was, but you know roughly what you would have made.
Oh gosh, yeah. See, I should know this off the top of my head, but I've been so busy doing retail. But well, I sold a quick start, so there you go. So what's that? One. That's
Roughly
$100. Cool.
Roughly.
So, you know, I'm a mum of 3 children. 2 of them are non-verbal, autistic, teenage boys. So, you know, I've got my hands full, but I just fit the business around my family and what I'm doing, and you know, just do it really part-time. You know, and I talk to everyone and let them know what I'm doing and particularly my results. And my last client, I got them started on a program, and I was able to make an extra $100 retail profit, which is such a great help to the family budget or family income, and just, you know, take a bit of pressure, or helps with this or that. So you might say it help with the electricity bill, or help with the car payment, or whatever it is. So you need to paint that picture of how could that help, how could that extra $100 help a family. Yeah. Or whoever you're talking to. So, and then go, oh, and by the way, my mentors, Irene and Con, they were great. They, you know, Con was made redundant, and they end up getting great results on the products and build up this amazing business. Where last month, you know, they earned well over $15,000 and paid cash for a brand new car, and they've got an amazing lifestyle in their 70s. So, you know, you can use different incomes and pull them around to relate to the people. And I would definitely suggest that when Herbalife emails you someone's story, like I know Sevens has just come out, Caroline and Charles, print them off and have them there, because we know, I'll have to share that slide hopefully on the marketing plan call. So I'm looking over here because it's sitting over there. When you see someone that's got a Get Team pin on their story, or a Millionaire Team pin, generally you can sort of predict what sort of income they're earning, just so you know. So that makes it a bit easier to share those income brackets as well. So does that help, Lindy?
Yeah, absolutely. And the interesting thing, you know, I think it might have been a couple of calls ago, and you were saying how definitely not judging people. Like today I had to go to the post office and the chemist are together in one shop. So I had to go and sort out things for the boys, and then asked where the head chemist was, because she's this funny lady and she's not here. And then one of the fellows from the back said, can I ask you, why are you always so happy? Because most people that come in aren't happy all the time. And so I told him, and then I always carry business cards and 2 different types of flyers in my bag. So I handed one, and it was like, it was quite humorous. You know, there was like 6 of them all around going, tell me again. And because I had my picture before and after, and I had Ben's next to me, and because sometimes Ben's gone in, so they go, and they're pulling everybody out. It was quite funny. Like, I mean, so you just don't know. I mean, there were people that look well and healthy, so you can't just look at someone and just prejudge. So yeah,
I think that's that whole attitude thing too. When you're going out there, there's a lot of people that are stressed and not really happy and not really loving their lives. You know, sometimes Facebook does this whole preview of and the surface thing of what's going on, but you don't always know what's going on in someone's life. So,
well, for example of that, I'm reading a book at the moment called Dare to Lead by Brene Brown, and all she says in the book is the words people, 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 people. We're all just people.
Yeah.
We forget that at times.
Absolutely.
We really do. We forget the fact that we're all just people. We're all going through something, whatever it may be, and we're all just people. And sometimes, surprisingly, the person you're talking to you think's got it all together is just a person that probably has a problem just like us.
Yeah, absolutely. And that form is in the back of my head all the time. Form. So.
And we're going to get to that, so that's good that you brought that up. But yeah, it's just smiling, just be a nice person, and and sometimes we don't feel the things are happening or whatever, but just do the best you can. We're not saying don't be you, be yourself, but just say hi. I often look people in the eye and smile and do those sort of things. That's just who I am, and I liked doing that.
Yeah, you've really just got to package your story how you feel confident, and whether it's weight loss, whether it's income, because like with Milton's yesterday, we could have easily just turned around and you could turn around to someone and go, hey, look, I'm just talking to someone on a casual Sunday, spent an hour with a person, I made $140 in an hour. Hey, could you deal with an extra $100 to $500 a month by just spending 5 hours with somebody throughout a week? Easy. You know what I mean? Someone clicks, hang on, you made $140. They start to add it up in their head. Oh, I've only got to spend 5 hours. I can make an extra $500 around whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
And at the STS last Saturday or Saturday before, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, with Stephen Ewan. And so when I got up and I told my income story, I told how I first got started in Herbalife and I was studying and then worked at Telstra because I like to have a few different backgrounds that people might relate to and how where I brought my income up to there before I left my job. And then we've got 2 retail clients the day before. So I said, oh, and by the way, yesterday, just in retail profit alone, we earned $250 retail profit. So, so you can do your income story how you wish to. And I think sometimes at the STSs, they need more of those smaller incomes, that 250 and the 500 and the 750 and the 1,000. Don't ever feel like you shouldn't share your story. You should definitely share your story, especially if it was yesterday, it was an extra $50 or $100 or $200 profit. You should be sharing it.
See, that's the interesting thing, I suppose, because there's so many people that can earn from small to very large. I often think that such a small amount, it's something that's not, I don't know, but I suppose then on the other token, you've got it being relatable to some people. So
you also got to remember at $250 retail profit for a 5-day week, it's $1,200, and we're talking retail profit at that point.
Yeah.
Anybody that's earning an income, they're still paying tax. So, you know what I mean? So work it out. They've already paid 30% tax on whatever they've earned. So if they've earned $100,000 for the year, they've lost $35,000 in taxes. They don't have in their hand. You have $250 in your hand. You work that out and start to figure it out. It's a totally different scenario that you're talking about.
Absolutely. Good point.
We still pay tax, just say.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Oh, sorry. Do we?
So, but you can claim a lot. There's, it's obviously having your own business is a lot of it.
Totally. Having your own business creates a different scenario. All right.
So, okay, so let's just go down because I'd like to finish everyone, if that's okay. So we've got Peter and then we've got Trishy. So Peter, did you want to share your product story?
Most certainly. I went on my program about 3 years ago now, how it came about was my sponsor, Gail. She worked in the hospital with me, and I noticed that she was looking, a lot healthier and more energy. And I asked her, and it went about that I did a 3-day trial pack, and then went on to lose 30 kilo.
So what program did you go on?
Well, I didn't. Well, I sort of just built. We sort of built it up over time. So eventually, I wound up going on to an ultimate program, but it wasn't straight away.
Well, and is your background a nurse?
No, actually, I'm in the housekeeping department at the hospital.
You're in the
Housekeeping department.
hospital. Cool. Okay. Cool. So you're from the sunny coast?
Yes.
Cool. So Peter from the sunny coast. I initially found out about Herbalife from a friend that I was working with, and my background is I work in the housekeeping department at the hospital. I initially just started on a trial pack, which is up to you. Like if trial pack's not what you use to get your clients on, which I know we don't, I wouldn't mention it, but if it is, then you do.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what system you use to retail. So I was able to lose, do you say 30 kilos?
Yes, I've lost 30 now.
I've lost 30 kilos in total, and built up to using the Ultimate program over time, and I feel fantastic. How cool is that?
Sounds good.
Cool. So do you need help with your income story?
I'm going to say a big yes, because it's all over. Mine's all a bit all over the shop.
So do you know what you would earn on average?
Oh, not on the top of my head, no.
Cool. So I'm Peter from the Sunshine Coast. My background is I work in the housekeeping department at a hospital, and so do you do shift work?
Yeah.
So I do shift work, lots of crazy hours. So I just do this really part-time around what I'm already doing. And last week I earned, or in the last 30 days or the last 90 days, I would just work out whatever sounds, whatever the most powerful way of doing that. Or yesterday, just by helping a couple of clients, because if you've already got 2 leads to follow up on from leads and cards, next week you should have a brand new income story, because you need to work out your profit. So when we do our retail order form, sorry, can you see that? The retail order form.
No, I haven't got glasses on, but yep.
Cool. So we've actually got the profit written on that we.
Oh yeah.
So that I know that I could add that up if we've got more than one. I can add them all up and go, great, that's what we earned in retail profit yesterday or last week or last month, and that's all added up. So that's a way to package your income story. So from the retail clients that you're going to get this week, I want you to work out the profit so that you can practice sharing your income. So what you can do, if you want to, on Challenge Yourself Daily, because I know you're all on there, you can videotape yourself or write your results, and you can share them onto that group. If you've got before and afters, fantastic, but do a separate retail and a separate income one. So Irene, did you have any other tips for Peter? No, that's okay.
Muted.
Cool.
She's still muted.
You're still muted, Irene.
You're still muted now. You're muted again.
Yeah, hang on. So just to unmute yourself again, Irene. I just muted back again.
Done. I'm done?
Yep.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yep.
Good. I think that Shelley covered it all. One of the things that I think for all of us is to not be shy or even ashamed or feel you're not enough by whatever your story is, be it particularly in your business. Because really, when I think back to where we were, if you came and said to me, I can show you a way to earn $50, I would have been forever grateful, because $50 is better than zero. So put that thought in your heart, no matter what you earn, that can make a huge difference to somebody and you don't know. Because we looked as if everything was fine from the outside, but there was no income. And that was very frightening as a migrant with no family.
So think about how many people are in that situation.
Absolutely. But also that 20, 30 could mean food on the table. Never forget that. So put that in your heart and share that with people.
Awesome.
So be proud.
Thank you, Irene. That's awesome. Trishy, are you able to talk?
Yes, I am. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
So, share your product story.
Okay. I'm a mother of 5 boys. I'm a shift worker. I live on a property. I lost 8.5 kilos. I'm now on an ultimate program, and I have more energy than I've had since I was in my 30s. I'm now 50 years old.
Oh, awesome. So great product story too. And I know that you're working on more. You've joined the Queensland Challenge, and you're adding to that total, which is great. So you can have an ongoing story, and obviously before and afters and things like that too. So that's a great product story. Great, Trish. And I know you're helping other people get results. So have you worked out what you earned in retail income last month, just with the clients that you've got?
Okay, so I think it's about between $100 and $200.
Oh, so that's yep.
Yep. And on my royalties was about $20.
So it was wholesale, yes.
Yep.
Cool. So I remember my first wholesale was like 90 something cents. It was really, it was tiny. Came with a check in the mail for 90 something cents. My very first one, I was so excited. But it was nice when it, I had some zeros on the end of that. That was better. So hi, my name's Trish. I'm from Widgie. I'm a mother of 5 boys. I have a property out there. Plus, I'm a shift worker for Queensland Rail. So I'm doing lots of crazy hours and traveling all the time. And a lot of my family lives in Brisbane. So from my fantastic results I had on the program, I've now started helping other people part-time, like really part-time. And just last month I've had an extra couple $100 in retail profit and wholesale, just from helping people get the same results I did.
Yep.
So, and remember that $200 or an extra $100 a month is really powerful. So, and yes, we want you to add more and grow and build, but you need to feel proud and good about what you're earning now, so that you can add to that. So really,
yes, for sure. Yep.
So I'm talking to everybody as well, that we all need to get excited about what we've achieved. So we need to be excited about it, because people will pick up on that. So don't ever feel like you're not enough. I'm talking to all of us. You're more than enough. Everybody is enough. Okay, and you will continue to grow and build because you deserve it, and we definitely want that for you. So thank you, Trishi, for sharing.
Thank you.
Cool. So I hope that kind of gives you a bit of a gist on how to package and draw out information. But I would start practicing it with other people. Practice it with your friends, your family, and I'll give you a few tips coming up too. That just start sharing it and practicing it in front of the mirror as well. So just remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should always listen more. And guess what happens when we get nervous? Can anyone guess? We start talking more and we don't listen as much because we're nervous and we think, oh, I don't want any silences or gaps. Sometimes you need that gap. You need the gap to get the info. You need to find out, are they, like Irene's magic at this, she knows when someone's not interested. So you need to be able to leave that gap. You need to be able to leave the gap. So be interested in someone, not always interesting. There's nothing wrong with being interesting, but try and be more interested in them and ask those questions, which Lindy was talking about before, using form. Sorry, it's a bit blurry. So form is asking about their family, their occupation, their recreation, and then listening for the message of what are they dissatisfied with. What solution, Herbalife solution, could you give to them? So asking them, hey, have you been living here in the area long? Are you married? Do you have kids? And not in a way that sounds like you're stalking them or, pushy, but just in a natural way. And you know what? If it doesn't flow, it's probably an indication they're not the person for you, and it's okay. It's okay. You don't get everyone. You don't gel with everyone, and that's perfectly okay. You want the people that gravitate towards you, that you feel comfortable with, that you could really see yourself spending lots of time for the rest of your life. Hey, I wouldn't mind hanging around with this person for the rest of my life. That's what you want, okay? Occupation, what do you do? What's your job? Do you study? Recreation, do you play any sports, or do you have any hobbies, or what do you like to do in your spare time? and listening for that message. And it's fine when you're on the phone, you can write it down, but if you're out in the marketplace, you're out and about, you need to think and to take that mental note and then write it down when you're able to. Okay, so really use this. It's great if you're not comfortable talking to people. So if you want to become comfortable, you need to start using these tools to help you, and just think, all right, am I using form? So I want you to practice using form this week and report back next week. How does that sound? Is that good homework? So I will do the same thing.
Really?
So have you been living here long? Okay, so anyway, always get the person's details as possible. Look, I'm probably really bad at this. I feel like I'm imposing, or, like I don't always get the number. I'm getting it a lot more than I used to, but I find it much easier to go, hey, are you on Facebook? And then friend requesting them. But often I like to be able to get their number, or so I can text or phone and follow up if I'm able to. I prefer that phone number. So just find ways so it feels comfortable for you, because it's going to increase your stroke rate, puts you in control of getting back to them, because human nature is sometimes people forget and they get busy and life happens. You want to be able to get back to people. And follow up, we know the fortune is in the follow up. So it's really, really important. Using a script. So you need to use a retail script and you need to use a recruiting script. So who has scripts? Let me have a quick look. Put your hand up if you've got scripts.
You put the. What
I
was the
did.
one? Oh yeah, that's a good one actually. I printed that off today. So.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I did put some scripts in Challenge Yourself Daily in the file section. So who had? Sorry, I didn't see everyone. Who has scripts? Put your hand up. Cool. So if you don't, it's okay. We're going to make sure you get them. So I will have them uploaded on Challenge Yourself Daily. I'll show you where to find them, or I'll print them out and give them to you, or I'll personal message them to you. So you want to have them with you with a lead book. So I've got a lead book here that has my leads in it, so that I can get back to people and see what happened. I can always follow up as well. So if I'm busy and I'm getting lots of clients, but then I have a lull, I usually go back to my old leads and message people, hey, how you going? I'm doing a special. If you buy a program, you get a blah, blah, blah. Or, hey, our challenge is starting, or we've got a glow lean or something like that, that I know I can go back and talk to them about something that's coming up. So that's really important. Practice the script with your mentor or a friend. Tape or video yourself and play it back. It's really amazing what you'll pick up. Am I saying and a lot? Is there something that I'm saying repetitively? So it's a good way to figure out, do I flow? Am I feeling confident? Is there something I said that I shouldn't say, which happened a lot at the start when I first started doing retail? I went, oh yeah, that's where I lost them. I said that, I shouldn't, why did I say that? And then I'd go, oh, I got a client, oh, that was awesome what I just said. Then I'm so going to use that next time in my own words, still using the script, but sounding like me. Okay, so you still want to use your script, but you can change it to the words. Like, for example, James might have my script and go, that just sounds like a girl or something. That doesn't sound like me. I want to sound like me, but I still want to use the script. And we can go over that on Wednesday night when you come as well. So that would be good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to say? Examples of a script. So we know the button response, but I also would use this for a flyer response, except that the flyer by script's got a little bit more detail on it. But are you serious? If they're not serious and they're just curious, then you can go, oh, that's okay. We're just looking for serious people. Thank you very much. Or how much did you want to lose or gain? Or, what did you want to achieve? What have you tried before? Why didn't it work? And do you have a goal in mind? Why do you want to get started? Or when would you like to get started? So this one down the bottom is probably the most important question. You have to ask for a decision. If you do not ask for a decision, you're not going to know. You have to be brave enough to ask for a decision, maybe just pause and see what comes, what they do. What flavor would you like to sell? What program would you like to try? When did you want to get started? How did you want to pay for that? Whatever it is that leads to that decision.
Can I just ask you, if someone is living close by to you and they don't make a decision, do you then invite them to you so you can give them a taste of some of the flavors, or is that very dependent?
Someone you don't know?
Yeah.
Sure. So if it was, so I'm talking to you and you're kind of umming, ahhing, and look, it's hard to sell directly over the phone. Have I done it lots of times before? Yes. because a lot of the people I was helping didn't live near me, so I didn't have a
Yeah.
choice. So I was basically going through the script, sharing more stories. So probably the conversation took a bit longer, but I was definitely selling a program over the phone. Do I prefer to see people face to face? Yes. So if I knew I could invite them, hey, would you like to come over and sample some of the products and have a look at some more results and meet me and see if we match up? Sure.
Yeah.
However you want to say that. Yep. I think if you think that it's worth that, or you go, hey, oh, by the way, we've got something on Saturday. Would you like to come along and you get to sample some of the products and hear some more results? Would you like to come on Saturday at 12 o'clock?
Yeah. Okay.
So however you feel comfortable. And also, you know, if you're living on your own and you were inviting someone over that you didn't know, then I'd probably say, no, don't do that. But if you knew you had someone there, or, you know, that you're comfortable with that's important as well.
Yeah. Okay.
For example, when I was in Adelaide and I was going to people's houses, I would always let my partner know the address and where I was going.
Yeah.
Like I was.
Yeah. I was just asking because I've got this after this call. I've got one to follow up with, so I was just, curious.
Okay.
Serious?
So these are good sets of questions, and I will put these up on Challenge Yourself Daily anyway. And the button response for the opportunity. So, and I don't know if you can get work from home buttons anymore, but I really love them. Are you serious about earning extra income? How much are you looking to make? How much time do you have available a week? If I could show you a way to make an extra $1,000 or more each month in just a few hours each week, would you be interested? And just some different tips here. Don't take a live call if you're not prepared for it. Look, there's nothing wrong if you've been doing enough business opportunity calls and you're confident with it where it just rolls off your tongue, great, do it live. But if you're not prepared, it's in a noisy area, you can't sit and write and really listen, don't take it live. Really give the best chance possible, to see whether this is one of your brand new team members or your next president's team member.
Do you have a script for this one at home too, Shelley? Or
sorry?
Do you have a script for this one too?
I have a couple of recruiting scripts. I'm pretty sure they're in the file section, but I had to go quite a long way to find them, so I'll upload them again. And I think also Lydia put one up as well.
Oh, okay. I'll have a look.
Yeah, but I'll upload some more because I think it's worth doing. But if anyone has a recruiting script that they think really works for them and you'd like to upload it on Challenge Yourself Daily, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Irene's going, how am I going to do that? I will show you how to do that. How does that sound? So always have a book to write everything down in, your diary and a calendar so you can book them into things, knowing that you've got your presentations. Do I have a recording? Am I going to go and see them? Do I have a PowerPoint presentation? Do I have a Herbalife opportunity meeting like Rosemary did, took them to Brisbane Lifestyle Centre? Whatever it is, what are you inviting into? And then when you're talking to people, especially on the phone, stand up, look in the mirror, smile, and because that comes through when you're talking to people. Have a nice strong instant herbal beverage and a couple of NRG because your attitude really comes through. So, and you know what, if you're not feeling great, the answer is don't talk to them. Get yourself set up so that you're in the best possible position to be successful with that person. So learn other people's stories, be relatable. You heard a whole bunch of results tonight. So this is recorded so you can actually play this back and collect more stories. Network at events, become a story collector. So yes, you're a storyteller, but you've got to collect them first to tell them. Start with yours and then others. Okay, and especially when it's people you know, it's really easy because it feels like this is your friends and family stories that you're sharing. It's really personal. Creating long-term business. It's always the stories that will get people on the products, help to upgrade people onto other products, and to keep them using the products. It's really the key. So when you're doing follow-up, make sure you're always sharing another story that you just heard. I think it's really great. Like if I ring a client, I'll often go, oh, I was just speaking to such and such, and they've just lost blah, blah, blah. How are you going? And if they're not being as good as they could, they go, oh, I better start using that program properly. So make sure you keep sharing stories. It's one of the biggest keys, and it keeps your business extremely simple. You don't have to know a lot, you just have to learn results. So, and we can all do that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Sinaloa, this was always taught to us in the old days. This is some of the old training, right? Safety in numbers and law of averages. So Sinaloa is actually a little town in Mexico, correct? Is that right, Irene? Yep. And so you really want to know your safety in numbers and the law of averages. You need to know your numbers. You need to write down how many people am I speaking to each day, how many said no, how many said yes, how many got started. And knowing your numbers is really important, because then you'll work out your averages for yourself, so that you know how many people you need to speak to get to wherever you need to go. And Jim Rohan's got a good one. If you type in law of averages, Jim Rohan, it's a good one to watch. I'd definitely recommend it. But you need to know your numbers. And safety in numbers is, if you do enough numbers, talk to enough people, the results will come. Okay, because guess what? You will get better and better and better as you go. You learn by your mistakes, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think it's really important that making mistakes is essential for success. Those little failures are essential because you will learn from them. So we want you to grow and learn. It's really important. Okay, so that was our training. So we're going to go through what's next. Did everyone like that? Cool. So we'll upload some scripts onto Challenge Yourself Daily. So I just wanted to say, end of month is tonight, just in case you weren't aware of that. It's the 30th of September. You have until 11:30 p.m.
Queensland time.
Queensland and New South Wales time, Victoria, Australian Eastern Standard Time, to place orders if you're going for something. And just have a quick check on your BizWorks. If you don't have BizWorks, who's close to getting to something, and do they know about it? Don't assume everyone knows. Go and have a look and see, and just send them a message and let them know that they could stretch or grow towards something, because they'll thank you. Even if they don't do it, it's okay, but your job's just to let them know. Okay. Thursday night is our basic training call. That's at 8 o'clock. I didn't put the time on there, sorry, but I will.
8 o'clock, is it?
8 p.m. So that's on Challenge Yourself Daily. I'll put the link up. And that's about talking to your center of influence. So it'll kind of roll on from tonight's call, but we'll get a little bit more in depth, which is fun. Let's Go October is this Saturday. Yeah, so this Saturday. I'm sorry, what was I typing when I did this? Saturday the 5th. So this Saturday at 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. we've got President's Team member Mark Colson coming to be our special guest. So we really hope that everyone can come to this. Everyone's absolutely welcome, and there's a special leadership training for supervisors and above, or anyone that did 1,000 volume points in September. So I know we've got a few people qualified for this, so it's really, really exciting. So you're going to get lots. Mark's going to deliver. He messaged me this morning, was it? This morning. So he's ready. He said, "Do you have a whiteboard?" I went, "Yes, we have everything you need, Mark. Come and deliver to us." So if you want to travel to this, please do. We would love to have you there. A great one to bring new people to. October's STSs all around Australia and overseas. Like, for example, Iranian kind of got a huge organisation worldwide, so they have people going to STSs all around the world, correct?
Yes, that's right. Also, just now in Cologne, there was a big extravaganza, and they were all there. So
just remember, it's not just a local one, but it's who do you know in other areas. The November 2-day leadership training, I know they're just working on the name of this, but there will be a 2-day leadership training which will be in lieu of your STSs all around Australia, with special guest speakers and a lifestyle experience as well. So that's going to be fantastic in November, and then All Roads Lead to Spectacular.
And if you're not a supervisor yet, you need to be a supervisor before November, because you can. The 2-day training is only if you're a supervisor. It's day one is normal training, open for all members. Sunday, the second day, is only open for supervisors and above. So if you're not a supervisor, you have October to get yourself to supervisor.
So I know you two have got you came up with Queensland last Monday, but I haven't seen anything for any other states. Do you know anything about?
I think they're in the process of those about to be sent out. I think you'll find they're working on them right now. So. And
I get the only reason we knew about Queensland because they announced that at an STS. Yeah. So they only announced the Queensland at the STS for Queensland. That's all they did. Yeah. And we obviously only know who the guest speakers are at all the other states, but obviously they haven't announced locations or anything like that. And they haven't even announced the Queensland one, if you want to look at that, on any of the other groups other than the only place we saw it announced was at that STS.
Yeah, okay.
So
Trying to
stay
plan
tuned.
ahead.
It will come out from corporate. It will. Like they'll be onto it. They know that people need to plan and prepare for it. There's lots and lots of other promotions out at the moment, so we're not going to cover them all tonight, but we will go through them next week. There's quite a few things to be focusing on with the 40-year anniversary. So
so with the 40-year anniversary, it is now on My Herbalife.
Oh, good.
Go into your My Herbalife site right now. It flicks up in the main screen. You click on that screen and it will show you what you need to submit to if you choose to. What do you want for bronze, silver or gold? So again, it's end of month tonight. Maybe you want something that's in the silver section and, you know, you've got to stretch yourself that little bit further or whatever the case may be. Or the gold section for that matter.
So it's open to supervisors or active supervisors?
It's open to supervisors because it's it's an active supervisor program. But the bronze level is it's virtually what your requirement is September, October, November, December. You have to do one of those levels in any 3 months. So you could miss this month, doesn't matter. You're a supervisor and you do October, November and December, then you've covered it. You do this month and miss next month, that's still fine. You've still got November and December to do. It's any 3 months out of the 4 for which one of those things you wish to submit yourself to.
So we'll cover this in more detail
Absolutely.
as well. And so obviously the first step is get to supervisor.
Absolutely.
And then all roads lead to Spectacular in January 2020 in Adelaide at the Adelaide Convention Centre. So we're definitely encouraging people to get your ticket, book your accommodation, because there's lots of accommodation you can book where you don't have to pay until you get there, and start looking at flights and things like that and see who can I pull in with and go together. It's one of the best things you could do is just pull in, go together, go as a group, and it's going to be an amazing experience. So all of Australia and New Zealand coming in for, I think it's not quite, it's the month before our 40th anniversary, but it's going to be very special.
Yeah.
Lots of recognition, an amazing guest speaker. You know, they're bringing in people that they know that will help you grow and teach you the things that you need to become a leader in your area and in your business and get to wherever you want to go to. Lots of special merchandise, parties, recognition. There's going to be so much. It's actually going to be a really special event, this one. So I definitely recommend that you go, but you need to get your ticket first, get your early bird ticket, and then have a look around for accommodation and see who you can pull in with, and start looking at your airfares as well. So I think that's everything. I think I've got some quotes to finish with, and we're wrapping it up. You learn more from failure than from success, so don't let it stop you. Failure builds character. So that's a good one.
Yes.
Definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. So knowing what you want, where you're going, why you're doing what you're doing. And if you're not sure what that is yet, it's okay, because you can work on it. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. So really think about that. Think about why you're doing what you do and what makes you feel good and makes you feel alive, and go and do that. A champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover from when they fall. And you know what? We all fall. And that's the key, is to all lock arms, use your mastermind group to help you be strong and all work together. And, you will become a champion in whatever it is that you want to become a champion in. Is there anything you wanted to add? I'm going to stop sharing so I can see all your beautiful faces. How do I do that? Mastermind group. So thank you for being on the call, everyone. We really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Did you enjoy the call?
Absolutely, it was good. Thank you.
Shelley, you didn't happen to see a book on the seat outside your center?
A book?
Yeah, like a notebook. I happened to get the day from, and I drove all by myself up to Gympie on Section Day. And my GPS took me everywhere because Conrad couldn't come. I arrived there and it's closed.
We had a lovely conversation on the phone though, Irene.
I will look out for it and I'll see whether someone's taken it over to them.
Outside on the seat, because I left it and I realised I dashed off.
Someone might have taken it to the hairdressers, so we will go and
have a
ask.
look at that. Yes.
We will ask.
Yeah. Does it say that'd be very good, because we're talking about the choices you make, Irene?
I'm very keen to come, so I just got there on Saturday. And I kept thinking, there's not that much. Oh, I'll go anyway. So I've been there already.
Well, thank you for coming early. We appreciate your enthusiasm.
She's so keen.
There will be there'll be a business opportunity meeting. There will be a mindset session, so you'll be happy about that. There'll be how to use the programs, all the different ways, but just a very simple one with handouts that you can take. I've got some really cool stuff. And then Mark's going to be doing a member training. We've got some recognition and promotions, and then Mark's going to do the leadership training. And there'll be lots of yummy things to eat and drink. I think some people just come for the food alone, but we'd love to have everyone there because I think it's a great group, a great location, and opportunity to grow. So fill your cars, come along, bring a plane, whatever you got to do.
Funny.
And Mark, I have to say, I've worked with Mark and I've traveled with him. He's a gentleman, but he also is an amazing trainer. And when I trained with him, and we went to New Zealand. I don't know how, but he has a way of taking out of you all amazing things. And from the people, it was a small group that were in the training. 99% of them have become president's team or millionaire team.
Wow.
And so Mark can teach you how to fulfill your goal, is what I'm trying to say. But you need to, not Mark, but anyway, but you need to go to hear him. And I've never said that before, but I know his value, and his value can change your life, truly change your life.
Well, that's pretty good odds. So thinking, if I'm going to be in the room with Mark on Saturday, I've got a good chance of going president's team. Who likes that?
So it looks like Lindy and Steve are jumping on a plane before the end of the week.
Hey, Steve, let's go. We've got Peter on the way.
You won't get the same training when he comes down to New South Wales.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
You're going to get much more close, in-depth up front, ask any questions you want.
The best thing about these Zoom calls is when you've got the little pictures of everyone on the side, it often hides Ross's face. So I'm very happy about that.
We're feeling the love. So you know what? This is a really great mastermind group, and we want to keep adding to it. So invite your team or build your team and start bringing them. Remember, it's recorded, so there's a reason for this. People that can't get on live for whatever reason, you can share the recording. Sit down and watch it with them, or say, hey, I'm going to send this to you, and then follow up on it and get anything they might have got out of it. Hey, let's practice our packaging our stories, or let's practice the scripts together. So I'm going to bring some scripts into Fit Club on Wednesday night, and a few other bits and pieces as well. And we're going to have some really fantastic handouts on Saturday at the Let's Go event as well.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, everyone, for your attention and being on the call and participating. I know it's a bit scary when I get everyone to share. This is where you can grow. We want to build you up and help you to grow as leaders in your teams, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thanks, I look forward next week to hearing all the stuff.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.